Alright, it's time to take the cameras off. I'm a little paranoid about the border. I just want to be as normal as possible. I don't want to stick out. Alright, I put a mic on. For some reason the guy just flashed his lights at me. I don't know what that is. My journey begins at North America's most northern drivable point. The plan is to ride through Canada and America before crossing over to Europe. From there, I'll make my way across Asia and down to Australia. New Zealand's southernmost drivable point will mark the end of my journey. I'm calling it the Big Spiral, and this is Act 3 across North America. Good morning! So today we're going back into the States, but this time the lower 48. Which basically means the states below Canada. And if you're a bit confused as to how I'm going to do that from where you think I am, well, I have something to admit. I kind of cheated on you. Let's look at the map and I'll tell you what's happened since the last video. 2 videos ago, I was in Golden and I drove out here and checked out the new bridges and stuff. And then I kept driving all the way to Lake Louise. And then I drove up the highway here, what's it called, the Icefields Parkway, and drove all the way to the Columbia Glacier. And then I drove back until here and capped at Abraham Lake. The next day I wanted to go to a lookout here, but it didn't work out, so it went something like this. And then I went to Onion Lake and did like a loop. Then I ended up at James River, and that's where I visited some family, and it was my uncle's 70th birthday. So this is the bit where I cheated on you. So basically I was so tired from the party and that crazy ride from the day before. I thought I was just gonna take a day and just put some miles down, and basically it was just highway, but I'm gonna show you what I did. So from James River, I just went like down here and then went to Cochrane, and it was just all kind of farm fields until I got to here, and actually started to become very beautiful. It was just all beautiful farm fields, and I actually saw so many motorbikes through here. And then I just kept going down all the way until Blairmore, basically Crow's Nest Pass in Alberta. And that's where I am now, in Blairmore. And actually I had a bunch of stuff mailed here, including tires. So I spent a bunch of time in the forest and I installed the tires on the bike. So the bike has brand new tires again. And yeah, so let me tell you the plan for today. So today I'm going to continue west and I continue to Fernie here. And there's an ammonite in the rock here, like an old fossil, and it's massive. So from Fernie I'll continue south, and I'm not sure where I'm going to get to, but around Whitefish. There's also a border crossing into Montana involved. I'm a little nervous about that because the Americans at the border, they can be a little uptight, and I just want to get across without any trouble. So we'll see how that all goes. So the temperatures actually dropped quite a bit. When I arrived here, it was like 28 Celsius. What is it now? Like 14 something? And it was also smoky when I arrived, but I don't think that's smoke. I think that's rain, I think. So I might be getting a little wet today. Maybe it's smoke, I don't know. Oh, it is quite cold. I may have to put some layers on. This is something changed, that's for sure. So anyways, off to Fernie. And I looked at the forecast. It's supposed to be raining a little bit there, but not too bad, I think. So, you know, I think it's actually smoke and not rain, which is fortunate and also unfortunate. Fortunate for me. Oh, maybe it is rain because the road's wet now. I think I need to put some more clothes on. It's kind of cold out. Okay, that should be a little warmer. And if it rains, I'm good too. Oh, entering British Columbia for the last time. Welcome to Sparwood. I think I know the famous thing here is a giant truck. I think. Let's see what we see. Yes, world's largest truck, 1.5 kilometers. Oh yeah, there it is. It's big, but it feels like it's not the biggest in the world. Surely it's got to be. There's got to be bigger ones than that. Titan. It is big. You know, I was just in Tumbler Ridge, and there's a whole bunch of mining going on there, and I feel like even those trucks were bigger, but maybe this one has 6 wheels, and those had 4. So it is quite big, but there's a caveat. It's the biggest tandem axle truck. So I imagine there's probably a bigger 4-wheel trucks, but the 6-wheel one is the biggest one. So, but it's quite big. I can't even reach the top of the wheel. So, oh yeah, I guess this is the ram to dump the bucket. Pretty big little ram here. And this is suspension, I guess a big ram. What's kind of interesting, it has electric motors and there's a diesel generator on board, so it's basically an electric vehicle. It's a hybrid really. So yeah, kind of cool. All right, let's continue our trip. I think this guy in his SRT Charger, he must have been inspired by the truck. Got his Charger in the same color. All right. Continue on to Fernie here. Oh yeah, getting a bit of rain now, and it looks pretty heavy over there. To be honest, I've been pretty lucky during this trip so far with the weather. It has not rained much, just a little bit in Alaska. Pretty. Okay, just gonna have to pull over somewhere and figure out how to get to this fossil, this ammonite. All right, Fernie. Okay, I'm just gonna pull over here and figure this out. Oh. All right, I've got it figured out. So there is a bit of a hiking trail to go to it, but I can skip a bunch of the hiking trail because the area around this fossil has been logged. And well, I have a motorcycle, so I figure I might as well just drive up there. There could be a gate, but hopefully not. Oh, a bit of gravel. Feels grippy too. Man, let me look at my... Oh, there's a gate. Oh, I could duck it pretty easy. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I guess we're going for a little bit of a hike then. Well, there's a whole bunch of flagging here, so I'm just gonna ride in and park my bike in here. Looks like there's a bit of a tent in there. All right, let's take a rainy walk through the woods. It looks like someone's flagged the trail, but someone's also set up camp here. Hello? Don't think there's anybody in there. All right, well, he's just flagging, so that's a good sign. You know, I think in Tumbler Ridge we saw the dinosaur prints. I have a feeling that this is going to be cooler because it's the actual thing. It's not the print. It's an actual fossil. So kind of excited for that. All right, I got to cross this creek. Hop up here, I think. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a flag here. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think very many people know about this fossil. Like, this ground is not disturbed at all. So yeah, it looks like it's turning into a bushwhack. On the map it says Ammonite's Trailhead. And well, that didn't last very long. I'm guessing the trick is just to follow the creek up. Oh yeah, I see Karen up there. Straight up the creek. Getting quite narrow in here. And you get some interesting rock. And I see some big markers there. Oh, I'm excited to see this thing. It's apparently it's quite large, so. But the rock is getting quite interesting. It's getting to be all this, what do you call it? Is that limestone? All these shards of limestone. I just found it. Oh my God, it's cool. That's really cool. I've never seen anything like that. Look at that. That is amazing. So I would say the cross is about 4 feet. Imagine seeing a shelled creature that big nowadays. It's just amazing. Cool. So in 1947, a group of geological surveyors were up here mapping the area. One of the students found it and came back to the group and said they found a fossilized truck tire, which is hilarious because, yeah, it definitely looks like a truck tire. This whole area was basically ocean or a shallow sea, and this would have existed 150 million years ago. So this is a cephalopod, and it's related to the octopus and squid. Was carnivorous. It had tentacles without suckers on it, and it jetted around using water propulsion. So this one is about 1.2 meters across, but the biggest one ever found is 1.8 meters. So I'd say this one's doing pretty good in terms of size. It's actually the biggest one found in Canada. In a lot of places, this would have like a big fence around it, some kind of built-up structure so you can look at it from a distance. But no, I can actually touch it and have a look. So yeah, it's so cool. I'm so glad I came up here. That was really interesting. And it's just sitting there. Like, there's actually if you live on Vancouver Island, there's actually a cast of that exact one sitting in a museum there, which is kind of cool to think about. I feel so that makes it feel even more special that I got to see the real thing. The other thing I think about is like, that one just happens to be on the surface of the earth, you know? How many more are just sitting covered by dirt, you know, just sitting within the limestone, sitting within sandstone, whatever. Oh, I'm jumping down. That have yet to be discovered. I don't know if any of you have played Animal Crossing, but there's a feature in that game where you go around finding fossils, And I'm pretty sure you can find ammonites in that game. Actually, this whole trip kind of does, you know? This whole trip feels a bit like a video game because you just like, well, I have a motorcycle and I can just ride it around and I can explore the world, which is basically the big mechanic in a lot of games is just the exploration, you know? Well, I have to say it's a little harder in real life than it is in video games. But I think it's probably a little more satisfying in real life. Anyways, that was really cool. This is definitely one of the coolest things I've ever hiked to. But I think it's time to get going south. I want to hop over the border into the States. So I'll see you back at the bike. Okay, let's head to Montana. I think that sounds pretty cool. Ooh, the sun's come out a little. U.S. border, Eureka, Missoula, Montana. All right. Time to take the cameras off. I am a little paranoid about the border, and I just want to be as normal as possible. I don't want to stick out. Alright, I put a mic on. For some reason the guy just flashed his lights at me. I don't know what that means. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? You take that helmet off? What you up to?
Heading down to Moab.
Where's that?
That's in Utah.
Where you live?
In Abbotsford.
Where's that?
That's west of here near Vancouver.
Oh, okay. What you bringing with you, man?
Got like my tent and sleeping bag, and I've got like a laptop and stuff, and
Okay.
yeah.
Man, you're supposed to be disconnecting, man, not totally. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Any fresh food or anything?
No.
You wired that up yourself right there? Or what?
This? Yeah.
Doing?
Oh, so I can figure out where to go. Yeah.
This is Suzuki? What is this thing?
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki?
Yeah.
It's a KL what?
KLX.
X?
Yeah. Just a little one, 300.
Alright,
Yeah.
it work.
Yeah.
Where you go?
You got me here.
That's it. Yeah. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Alright, man.
Cool, man. Have a good one. Alright, that went alright. Okay, I just gotta find a place to pull over and I'll set everything up again. So they let me in and I'm quite happy about it. I'm always worried because, you know, if they don't let you in, then it kind of messes up the whole plan here because, you know, the plan, I've already made a map saying I'm going down through the States. So but anyways, very happy. Let me get the cameras going and we'll head down to Whitefish. And I think I've got a place booked there, kind of. All right. Well, anyways, let's get going. All right. I'm in Montana. All right, so yeah, a little different on this side. A lot of the treed areas have been turned into farmland, so it's a lot more yellow here. Whereas on the Canadian side, we got a lot more trees. Yeah, American stores and things. $3.65 a gallon. Eureka! This, it's the most American thing I've ever seen. I just want to say that every time I see something so American. They love the flag here, that's for sure. This deer. Oh, guys. It's a bit too late to be riding right now, to be honest, because of that reason. Okay, so check out this place. It's massive and I have it all to myself. So I have my own living room. I have my own bedroom that I already made a mess in. There's another room here. Big kitchen. And then the washroom. Okay, to be fair, it's a hostel, so it's a shared space. But I totally lucked into it. So there's another hostel on the other side of the lake named the exact same thing. So that's the one I went to. And then I called the guy, I'm like, hey, I'm here now. And he's like, I think you're at the wrong hostel. So then I came all the way around here. I guess his isn't as popular. And so I had the whole place to myself pretty much. And yeah, I'm I'm pretty happy about the situation, to be honest. But anyways, they let me into the States, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm always a bit nervous about that because I have been searched at the border before and never been denied entry. But, you know, you say the wrong thing and they're like, oh, you're getting searched. I'm like, oh. But maybe we should update the map because I think we've made a little bit of progress. All right, so this morning we started in Blairmore and went over to Fernie, which is over here. And then after that we go south down to the border. So then I went all the way down here. Oh yeah, I skipped Whitefish, so I went this way. And I went to the wrong side of the lake. I went around here. And then I'm running out of map. I went to the other side of the lake and went there. Now I should really have another map, Montana map, and I did order one from Amazon actually, but it wasn't in the package, even though they said they delivered it. So I'm gonna have to go search somewhere for a new map. I don't even know where you buy maps. Bookstore maybe. Okay, so there's a couple other things that I want to update as well. All right, so I've got my globe that shows the whole trip on it, and I've left Canada, so I feel like it needs to be updated. All right, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to draw this in detail, but from Fort Nelson, I went south to Fort St. John, Tumbler Ridge, around there, and then I popped out to Alberta like that, maybe, and then I went south, drove past Mount Robson because I lost my license plate, to Valemount, and then all the way down to Crow's Nest, and then I think something like this. When you draw it on a globe like this, it really shows how far I still have to go. So a little intense actually seeing that, but it also shows how far I have gotten, which I'm quite happy about. And there's one other thing I wanted to update. I should have done it a long time ago, but I didn't really have a plan yet. So now I've figured out the plan. It's just a really small thing, but I want to do it. So this is the stone I picked off the beach in Prudhoe Bay, the most northern point I've been in Alaska. And I want to bring this stone with me around the world. And when I get to the most southern point of New Zealand, I want to throw it in the ocean there, the Southern Ocean. So what I've been doing is writing each act on the stone and then putting a check mark once that act is completed. Well, we're on Act 3 right now, and I feel like it should be written on there, but with no check mark. I should write it small because I don't exactly know how many acts there are going to be. Act 3. So once Act 3 is done, I'll put a check mark in, and then it'll be Act 4. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. The awkward part, there's the subscribe button. down below. If you want to hit subscribe, I'd love for you to hit subscribe. It really helps the channel and all that stuff. So yeah. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next video.